What to expect for this week, the market outlook? Should we see more downwards or is the bottom is in? Again, or should we prepare another pin again towards the downside? Is 57, if 75 or 76K is the bottom, should we see more? Okay, so I think a lot of panic, a lot of fear. Of course, we are already into the bear market. Okay, so this is a time when you want to accept, okay, you want to navigate to, of course, to de-risk on the portfolio, especially moving into bear market, rather than continue to hold with your alts and continue to hold until it's zero. So you don't want that, right? So we can see all the alts are actually going down. So you can see that most of the coins, okay, are in extreme fear. Okay, probably there could be a short relief rally. This short relief rally maybe will take us somewhere around probably about 80 all the way to 6K. That is the least. It won't go back probably 100K more. Okay, so that could be the positive side, okay, of the relief rally. But as of now, I think most likely prepare for the worst. Okay, so yeah, we can see. Okay, post-Trump rally reverse. Okay, so Bitcoin went all the way down to some 3K since the last November 2024. Okay, wiping nearly all of the gains. Okay, since President Trump takes over as president. Then of course, ETH also went down about 2100. Okay, all right. Then of course we have MicroStrategy, and then Bitcoin also went down. These are owned by what we call Tom Lee. Tom Lee is the owner. We've been buying a lot of Ethereum shares as well. Ethereum, of course, for Michael Saylor, we've been accumulating a lot of Bitcoin, and now both companies are actually under the water. I think they are yet to sell their holdings in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, look at the open interest also went down 2.85 to about 50.84 B. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think everything is going downhill. And then of course we look at stock market also at all-time high. We look at gold and silver, also commodities also have already peaked, most likely to continue towards the downside. So when you see like gold, silver, copper, palladium, where everything have a massive run up, okay, that's where most likely you will see another downfall again, right? So yeah, will Bitcoin move against the crowd sentiment? Probably not, or probably maybe. Okay, so I can see now the sentiment have turned to really extreme fear, and of course to bearish sentiment. Okay, all right. So a possible bearish moment, you should see somewhere around 50 to 60K. Okay, that could be the bearish scenario. Worst case scenario, most likely 30K to 40K. Okay, so narrative among Bitcoin discussion has switched from when bounce to studying how to can go. Okay, so mentions of 50 to 59, 90 to 90. Okay, so that is the worst case scenario. All right, so I think more downwards, very, very bearish. So if you want to buy out, I don't think it's the right time to buy. Okay, this is the bear market is just getting sorted. Okay, so what you're witnessing now is a market transition from a bull to bear. This is the thing about adapting to the market cycle. Rather than having phobium or hoping or having wishful thinking that the bull market is still running, when you know deep down it is already over. Like probably your alts are already down more than 90%, but you're still reluctant to sell or to even cut loss. You still want to hold. Then eventually your token goes down and probably what does the moment you want to cash out. So that's the thing about some cost fallacy. So you have to take a decision on whether to de-risk, to cut, and then to prepare for the next cycle. Or if not, most likely you're probably going to be a back holder again. So you don't want that. Okay, so that is the latest news. And then moving on next. Okay, we look at the sentiment for Bitcoin. So I think a lot of people have been asking, is the bear market done? Are we done with the bear market? Okay, because here we can see Bitcoin entering the final stage of the bear market. Okay, because I think it is still too early to call. We are just getting started for the bear market. Okay, so yeah, bear market may be closer to the end than it appears. I highly doubt so, because I think most likely price can continue to go lower. Okay, then we look at the 70 to 80K range. That could be a very, very dangerous spot for BTC right now. A very critical spot at the 70K range there. So I'm not sure what is your decision on whether if you're holding Bitcoin and you haven't sold any of your Bitcoin, Okay, what is your moment of decision? Are you planning to hold for a long term, or are you planning to accumulate more Bitcoin? So if you're planning to accumulate more Bitcoin like me, then you should be starting to convert your Bitcoin to USDT at least, right? Rather than holding all the way. Because one Bitcoin will be equivalent to one Bitcoin. Okay, so less than 1% of long-term holders accumulated Bitcoin in this range, making it an area with minimal historical. Okay, so yeah, this is also quite dangerous at this support zone. 70K. This was the last current support here. So hopefully this range maintained. Okay, because if it's not, it's going to be very, very bad for this side here. And then 60 to 68K. Okay, as a primary bottom candidate. Okay, so more meaningful support zone. Okay, roughly 7% of all Bitcoin held by long-term holders was accumulated between 60 to 68K. Okay, so probably this is where you might want to consider if you are planning to hold or you're planning to buy. Okay, so with that range, 65K level stands out as natural midpoint where cost basis, psychology, and historical activity coverage. So this is where 65K comes into play. Most likely people might going to start bidding at the price, 65K as well. So probably this is the range. I think most likely there'll be a lot of activity here. So likewise, we're going to see here, can the 70K level maintain? Because now we are continuing to dip further down. Okay. Then we look at ETF outflows also. Okay, adding a lot of pressure to the institutions. A lot of interest are going out. Okay, due to fear. Okay. Then deeper support at 55K. This is really extreme. Then funding rate, which is leverage trading. Okay, perpetual funding rates are beginning to show characteristics associated with late stage bear market. Okay, so yeah, with the funding rate continuing to go higher, people are adding more risk. Then that's where the premium also gets more expensive, short. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. The funding rate has to get reset again. Okay, because if not, then I think most likely we're going to go down. Okay, all right. So that's the thing, right? So yeah, overall this is sentiment, and then of course talking about FUD. Okay, I think recently we have another FUD from Binance Exchange. I think a lot of people messaging on Twitter as well, asking to withdraw funds out from Binance because this could be another repeat like of FTX. So if you have any funds on the exchange, especially in this situation, like the bear market, you might want to take out, or you probably translate to your own self-custodial wallet or your own hardware wallet like future. Okay, so you don't want to put a lot of funds in the exchange because anything can happen. Okay, right? Even though Binance can be very well established and secure, but anything can happen again. Okay, so recent speculations surrounding Binance has failed to translate to a material user withdrawal event. So I think a lot they are trying to create a bank run. That's the thing, bank run, or to cause the exchange to exhaust their funds when it comes to withdrawal. So whenever users come and withdraw or panic withdraw, right, that's where it's going to be a snowball effect. When there's a snowball effect, that's where it's going to be a concern for the exchange. There will be a stress test withdrawal coming from the end. So can they able to withstand the pressure? That's the thing here. So look at the reserve. Okay, so Binance reserve show no sharp drawdown. Okay, so Bitcoin held on Binance wallet show no evidence of a sudden sustained decline in the exchange. Then while reserve have fluctuated over time alongside broader market cycles. Okay, all right, so balance have remained and well-established range. Okay, so that is the thing right now in terms of the on-chain data. They are pretty well stabilized. Okay, in terms of their net flow. Okay, all right, which is considered normal. But yet again, I think you have to take note, okay, on these extreme matters because we have seen the likes of FTX, Celsius have already go bust. So you don't want to make another mistake again. If you have been a victim from FTX or Celsius, then you might want to take note, okay, not to put your funds, especially the large funds, in exchange. Okay, so you can try to withdraw possible, self-custody, your ledger, or your own MetaMask wallet. All right, so that is a thing. And then focusing on Solana. Okay, so Solana thing now is already down below $100. So you look at it right now, where is Solana heading? Okay, because retail interest is no longer here. So at the end of the day, Solana depends on interest. Depends on retail interest. Okay, so need retail to come in. But now we don't see that. So that's where you can see the price continue to fall. Lack of liquidity as well. Okay, people are sitting on the sidelines, having fear to actually enter the market. And if you look at all the beams are also down 90%, right? If you notice, most of it are down 90%. Okay, all right. Then if you look at Solana now on the technical, it's very, very bearish, right? Even Ethereum also down. Okay, and of course, top 10 coins also is down. Okay, so yeah, I think overall we can see under this guy, it's also another technical analyst by Ali Charts, mentioning that he thought Solana local top on January 9th, now flipped to a buy signal. So hopefully this could be a reversal, okay, for the buy signal. Because if not, I think most likely we're going to expect the worst. Okay, this is going to be the worst pullback. I think it could drop all the way to $30 as well. So if Solana drop all the way to $30, that's where you might want to nibble or probably to buy. Okay, so I'm really preparing also for this new cycle. Okay, stand by the dry powder, USDC, to actually enter again, but not now, probably second half soon. So after the FOMC or after the new Federal Reserve Chairman take over, when everything is clear, price in, okay, market seems to be bottom, consolidate for weeks to months, that's where you want to. So for now, I think there could be more downwards. Still uncertain this pattern. Okay, so that's VA, right? A lot to learn, miss a lot. Okay, so here we can see, again, like I mentioned, a lot of people still cannot adapt, still thinking that the bull run is not over. But from time to time again, I always mention about cryptocurrency. Why I always mention cryptocurrency? So later I will see why I always mention these people or this so-called influencers, because these are influencers, they adapt to the current market cycle. Okay, they adapt to the current market cycle rather than giving you false opium, okay, wishful thinking. Compared to other influencers on Twitter, okay, they tend not to adapt to the current market cycle, but they give you other theses, other theory to back up the statement. And they will always prove others wrong instead of them. So again, you can see here from CryptoCon, where last bull market, people are developing their plans on exactly how the bear market will go. And then what happened is that heavily ridiculed for selling my crypto position August last year. And after that move below 80K, now most people are on board in the impending bear market. You can see here. Then by now, halving cycle theory is well known, so people will looking for an obvious price in August time frame. Then about 30K in November 2026, one way or another, the market will find a way to confuse people just as it did from August to October 2025. Okay, so here you can see what's happening. October 6th was the capitulation. That was the law of top, right? The event. Okay. Then he's expecting first low will be around Jan to March, the first ever low. So hopefully we can able to bottom as soon as possible, because now we are already in trend. We are still yet to form the bottom. Okay, consolidation. And the second low most likely will be August. Okay, probably by, that's why I'm saying second half, right? DA want to enter 30 USD all in, right? So second half of this year, you want to enter again, right? Not now. So first low, January to March. Then we expect another round again on August, October. Okay, August, October. So that is the thing here about the halving cycle theory, right? 4-year cycle have been proven cycle after cycle, but people still cannot accept. Okay, and then you have to back up your own theory like 5-year ISM cycle. Okay, then this time it's different. The institutions will come to buy and they never sell. Then again, the more they change, the more they stay the same, right? Okay, and then what's happening here? Look at Red Capital. Also another influencer that I'll follow that are adapting to the current market cycle. So he said, following the Monday close below the macro triangle bottom, history suggests that price will struggle to even revisit the triangle base to turn it to a new resistance at around what 82.5K. So longer Bitcoin stays below 82.5, chances for bearish acceleration increase. So here, see what's happening. This is not good also. Rejected at this triangle here. Okay. What happened if you broke this support? And it will most likely to continue further down. So this is very, very ugly. And I believe most likely it might do a repeat like this. And it's not good. Okay, it's not good. Okay, so I'm gonna be really, really cautious with take right now. Should you continue to hold or should you sell? What is your moment of decision? Okay, whether you want to continue or you want to de-risk. So this is your risk appetite. Okay, and then next, bull theory. What is it saying here? Gold is crashing, silver, platinum, copper, Nasdaq, S&P 500. Okay, energy, even crypto, all is crashing. Everything is down. Okay, it's like the whole world collapsing, right? Even the dollar is crashing. Then where the money is going, where the money is heading. Okay, who has the money now and what are they doing with the money, especially those hedge funds? Okay, and then especially those wealthy investors, what are they doing with it? That is the thing that you want to know, curious about. Okay, because here we can see a large part of this wiped out was not real capital. It was leverage and paper position, which means trading. Okay, it's trading actually. Then we are already seeing where the money is going. Currencies like the Japanese yen, the euro are strengthening as money moves away from the West. There you go. This is your answer. You go to yen and euro. Okay, and at the same time, capital is flowing real world asset. Okay, and infrastructure like data centers, raw material, and buying properties. Okay, raw materials. Okay, so these are the key here. That's where they're heading. Where are they heading now? Where are they moving their money? Okay, apart from the financial market. Okay, so they move to other asset class. All right. Then another thing. Okay, this is how to differentiate between influencers that are adapting to the market, current market cycle, versus influencers that are very irresponsible. Okay, and leading their followers astray and providing them hallucination. Okay, and then of course very narcissist. So this is one of them. Okay, this guy is called 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. I'm not sure whether you follow him. Okay, so this guy he joined the Twitter. Joined on Twitter, I think it's 2022. Okay, 2022 joined. Okay, on Twitter. So I will assume that this person, it is his first or second cycle. He joined on the last cycle and peak. And this probably maybe your second cycle. And then calling himself 7+ year of crypto veteran. Okay, but if you look at this, then is Benjamin Cowen proven wrong here? Okay, it's proving Benjamin Cowen. So Benjamin Cowen, I think, has been calling his take on the current market cycle has been top notch. I think it's been quite accurate for this cycle. But again, I think for this guy, he cannot be able to accept. Okay, and we look at the chart or data that he given, especially from 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Everything is like posting about opium. Okay, wishful thinking. And they want his followers to continue to believe that the bull run is still continuing. Okay, so yeah, you can see here. Right? So this is his members here mentioning what here. I don't know, he's been right basically for full cycle. Okay, he's mentioning about Benjamin Cowen. Okay, so Benjamin Cowen also, I followed him. All right, in terms of market data, on-chain analysis, he's been very accurate. But only this person not able to accept, right? Had I listened to him, I could have made way more money instead of now looking for a second full-time job. Okay, and then what he replied, he just told people to pivot to metals about a week. Okay, and then here another one, the difference between you and Ben is that he flipped bearish much higher up, while you've been calling bottom since 125K. Okay, why did you keep complaining until go right while you continue being so long? You see here, all right? So this person mentioning this guy, influencer, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀, that why he telling him that why don't you admit that you're wrong? And then here again he's saying this is what you don't understand. Okay, trying to prove that he's right instead of wrong. Okay, so many you can see. You say I hate the guy, but he has been spot on for the past 2 to 3 years, especially about altcoins and Bitcoin dominance. And then what he said here, never ever believe someone can't be wrong because they have been right before. See, and these are the person that you want to, stay far away, or probably run away. If you probably follow this guy, or if you see this text, you see the way they reply. Okay, you can see another round. Eddie mentioning that Benjamin Cowen is right. Then when he replied, no, he's not. So by all this conversation, you can tell that this person is pretty much immature. Because if a person is mature enough, he won't be replying like that. He will probably acknowledge, okay, and probably reply decently, rather than telling him it's not. So this is the thing that you have to really take note. you are who you mix with, and of course the way you follow influencer also will actually dictate how you're actually going to succeed in this crypto market. So very, very important, the influencers that you're following. This is a contrast, huge contrast compared to CryptoCoin, Red Capital, Colin Topps Crypto, Benjamin Cowen versus this type of people, right? Raoul Paul, Tom Lee. Now we're mentioning from time to time again. Okay, you have to be very careful, cautious. Okay, with this kind of influencer, irresponsible influencer. Okay, all right. So yeah, then moving on next with Airdrop. So Airdrop, okay, we have 𝗧𝗺𝗺 Prime. Okay, I think this is only 𝗧𝗺𝗺 is under the Aptos network. And now the Airdrop now is live and can be able to claim. So if you have been doing on Aptos, okay, constructing on Aptos, so you might want to check your Airdrop. Okay, I think this has been quite a while, many years already. So now only the Airdrop. And then we go on next with Artium. Okay, so Artium checker is now live. So for those of you who've been doing, you might want to check your Airdrop. Okay, wave 1 eligibility is out and more waves are expected before the full mainnet launch. All right. Then next year we have Tria. Okay, so yesterday was the TGE. Okay, yesterday was the TGE. So yeah, I think for those of you who've been doing the season 1, you might want to go and claim, but I'm not sure whether they have already announced the claim button yet. Okay, we're still yet to wait. Then next we have Espresso. So Espresso Lab, TGE and Airdrop is also coming. Okay, so yeah, all signs are pointing to the TGE happening soon, very, very soon. So Airdrop checker and registration page now is live. So you can be able to check your eligibility. Okay, so what Airdrop are you been doing now? DA, right? So yeah, Airdrop. Okay, I think it's been a while since we did the Airdrop. So now it's more towards trading. Perpetual DEX, you get the Airdrop, like Hyperliquid and MITRE. Okay, so this bear market focus on perpetual DEX, which is going to win for second half of this year, rather than focusing on this type of Airdrops, like, you know, like all these Espresso, Tria, and getting you peanuts. So you want to focus on perpetual DEX, okay, to win big in Airdrop game. Okay, then moving on next with coin market cap, where are we now? Wow, 75.3. Still down. Okay, and then Ethereum 2.2. What else? Solana 94. Oh, this is really not good. Look at Ripple 1.5. BNB is like what? 741. Then we look at the 24 hours. The Liberty Finance is up about 3%. Trax Gold, Tether, Monero 1.6. So not much of coins actually rallying, right? Not much. Okay, so most of it are down now, I think. Now moving on next to the. Okay, so we're going to see now for the dominance. So dominance, what do we see? Okay, so where are we now for dominance? So if you have any question, feel free to put in the chat box. Answer it later on. Okay, so for dominance, you can see here, price is at the middle band, still stuck in the range. Okay, and then we're going to see the sell zone here at 60.54. Look at the weekly time frame. That's a weekly time frame. Okay, consolidation, squeeze on weekly. So Monday, I think most likely they could be a buy to sell. So most likely dominance will walk first. Okay, look at daily now. Consolidating is looking set to push higher. Stop here at 59 or 60K, 60%. So dominance, I think will continue to go up, and then we test the band here. Okay, so for now on H4 slightly down. Look at ETH against Bitcoin. What is ETH against Bitcoin doing? Now I say very important, right? So what happened? Break above the middle band, pull back. So now you have already lost this support, this level here. This is actually very crucial, but failed to maintain. Now where is the next level? Let's see. Here. Next support is here. 0.02803. Okay, look at the weekly time frame. Momentum sell, already downtrend. Okay, already downtrend. So you know that out again will beat even more. Momentum sell already. So you know that the trend is already down. So you have to be very, very careful. Look at daily now. What is daily doing? Similar also. Pull back, re-entry, going down. Okay, so everything is going down here. Then look at BTC now. Okay. Before that, total 3. Total market cap excluding Bitcoin. Look here. Double top M pattern. Let's see here. All right, break down. Break below the middle band. Heading down again. So where's the next support? Okay, for 680. Okay, so yeah, I think most likely it's already done for this cycle, for the total 3. Okay, everything is moving down. Look at the USDT dominance is going to go up. Okay, we can see a double bottoming here. People are stacking their USDT now, their stables, rather than going to alts. Okay, next level will be here, 8.1, then the highest will be here at 8.7. So there you go. Okay, so that's a decision for the market. Then we look at BTC now, 75. This is really not good. Okay, so support have been broken here, 82.3. Where is next? That's the thing here. 71.2. 71.2. Then we look at daily time frame. Okay, so what is the daily time frame? Momentum sell, retreat sell, breaking down. So we can see that this support have already broken. See, broke. Now we're going to see whether this weekly can be able to reverse back up. Okay, then it will take us back again to here. Next resistance is here at 6K. That's the only thing right now that is supporting for now. So your support 78 and then 86. If not, then probably you might want to revisit here at 71.3. Okay, that is our next level. Look at the daily now, still stuck in this range. Momentum sell, break down again. Then we lose this support. It's level here, 76.7. Going down again. So 4 hour also same, momentum sell, pull back. Okay, should we see this level to bottom? Very, very important. Okay, for BTC. Then ETH 2.2. How much more pain should we see? Because this is not good also. Look here. Okay. Momentum pull back, break below the middle band. Okay, and then the next level will be back here. Probably here. 1.9. Then if we continue to go slower, but these are all the lower, here 1.6 or 1.62. So 1.6, 1.9. Okay, so your all-time high here, 4.9 to what? 2.2. Wow, 57%, 55%. So it is already down in the range. Okay, it is already down in the range, actually. If you look at it. Okay, all the way down since when? October, September. All the way down, no green candle at all the way this down. So yeah, that's a thing for this. So hopefully we should see some reversal. Look at the weekly now, 2.2. Hopefully can maintain. Okay, hopefully reverse for this week. Because this Friday will be NFP, right? Non-farm payable. So should we see a reversal, pull it back up, and then continue to go down for ETH? So H4 again hanging here on this critical support. Support here is very crucial at 2.2. If this support breaks, then you'll continue to go down to break below 2K. And then continue to retest all these levels, 2K and level 6. Right? So that's ETH. Alright, so moving on next to alts. Do you have any alts that you want me to check? Let's move on into TON. What happened to TON, the open network? That's Liye. Mana? Okay. TON, the open network, down 1.3. It's quite bad, isn't it? The open network. So all the things is down now. Support also broke 1.4. Now it's at what? 1.37. Okay. Then probably here 1.8 for reversal. Look at daily now. Momentum sell, prep for the retreat and it's most likely to hit down. So it's not good. Extreme sell, breaking down again. Okay. Testing in this level. 1.3. Right. So yeah, I think probably TON will probably go down. Okay, so you better start, to de-risk if you need to, rather than holding all the way down. Then what else? Not here. 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀. USD. See here. What happened to 𝗧𝗶𝗺? Okay, point. 𝗧𝗶𝗺. See, all-time high, 20 cents. Down now at 3 cents. 4% down. So this is the thing about altcoins. If you are not disciplined enough to at least, take out your initial, and you still ride all the way up, and then now all the way down, well, this is the price to pay, 80% down. And you continue to hold, having wishful thinking, okay, it will be a sunk cost fallacy for you. Okay, so what's the next support now? Here. Also broke. Next one most likely will be here for 𝗧𝗶𝗺, 0.015. Okay, resistance is where here for Monday, 6 cents. Look at weekly, still down, no sign of reversal. Hopefully the weekend, hopefully this week, okay, can be able to at least consolidate here for the alts, because it's not looking good. Okay, momentum sell pullback, retreat sell looking down. See, it's very weak. It is very weak. It doesn't go anywhere. It's heading down again. Okay, Solana also the same. So you better start doing things. Okay, not that it's going to get worse. Okay, and then what else? You look at your atom. Okay, that was a last cycle. DA staking. Masih ada tak staking? Sudah unstake. So this is the thing about this type of thing. Cosmos, thing we stake for the airdrop. Okay, we stake for the airdrop. And until now, what happened is that everything is down. Okay, everything is down. Right? If you stake your atom, and if you have not even, sell or probably unstake, this is the problem now. They are down already about 50%, $44 for them. But this is 2022. So I think we stake somewhere around 2024, 2024. Let's say the peak here, $14. And now it's what, 85%, 86%. So already down. It is so weak, and it's already retesting on the critical final support. Should it be able to rebound, or should we see another continuation towards the downside? Right? DA sudah unstake. So kena tunggu 30 hari. So we have to wait for 30 days. Right? If you stake, but if you stake earlier, unstake earlier, then should be fine. Then you might want to sell. And then your what is it mean? DYDX. What is that? Airdrop that we got from Celestia, also the same. It's already down. Let's stick Celestia, we stick this and that, and then now it's down 1%. 1.98. It's down. Okay, so TON, 𝗧𝗶𝗺, and then what else? Ondo. Let's look at Ondo. So another real world asset you can see also. Ondo is really doing a lot of real work in terms of utility. Okay, so Ondo we can see here. Now down also. All-time high how much? 2.14. So I'm going to start to de-risk already, because I think it's going to get worse, especially for alts. Okay. I'm going to prepare for the second half of this year, 7%, which is already down. Okay, if you still hold on to it, then this is the thing. Because I don't see any sort of rebound for alts, especially alts. I don't think it's going to get anything better. Okay, so a short-term relief rally maybe at 3 cents. If not, then probably we see the final support here. 20 cents. Look at daily now. Where is daily doing? Momentum sell, where we sell breaking down. H4 also we can see breaking down again. Everything is going down. Okay, so it's looking very, very good for us. And look at BDC now again, it's hitting down. So yeah, this is the thing. Okay, very, very weak. Market is very, very bearish. Okay, so we don't see anything. Then look at hyperliquid. Is hyperliquid doing enough to sustain the rally? Hyperliquid is one of the best airdrop so far for last year. Okay, hyperliquid. Where is hyperliquid now? $32. So again, like I said already, a lot of people are buying. But what we can see now, this is a very setup. Re-entry sell here. Sell zone at $32. So for those of you who buy it around here, $30, 30, 32. Come up here, and then retest here, reject that, and now hitting down again. So short term, these are all short term. Then this is $27. Okay, at the spot. Then next one will be right here again, $20. So my take here for next cycle, I'll be definitely accumulating hyperliquid, but not now. Probably it goes below 20 or probably $10. Okay, hyperliquid, lighter. These are the coins that we can be able to look for the next pay for second half of this year. So yeah, I'm always ever ready and prepare some dry powder necessary. 27.17 will be next. Okay, so I think it's already done. Huge reversal, you can see here. Bearish pin bar. Okay. Now, extreme sell, pullback, re-entry is down. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight.